Hi guys, what's up? This is Dr. Aeronautics, and we are going home today, or at least tomorrow, because it seems to be raining at night again. And there's mobs everywhere. So a couple updates. I did the there and back again trip to New Venice. Yeah, it's crazy, but the boat actually got me there in a single Minecraft day, and I got back in another one. So, my worst fears were confirmed. Unfortunately, I didn't get any wool with which to make a bed, which is a problem. But my worst fears were confirmed, and that is the chests for the quarry were full. So we lost some resources because of it. So I cleared all of them out, made some emergency chests with the red wood that I mined. Of course, that means when we get back to New Venice, we need to reorganize. I also made maps 6 and 7. So map 6 I wanted to leave unexplored. Of course, that part in the middle had to be explored in order to open the map, but it's all ready for when we go home. And then I've done some exploring on this map 7. This is the map that Westport is on. And this is what Westport looks like in the surrounding area. So when we go home, we're going to go this way. And we're going to explore down this map, which will come to the top of this map. We go around that map, which will connect to this map. And then once we get, I'm thinking once we get down to the dark green, which is the jungle, the tropical jungle, I'll go ahead and stop the video, because after that, it's stuff we've seen before. So from then on, around the peninsula and back, we won't really pay much attention to stuff going on. What is it with the abundance of zombie villagers around here? So yeah, the goal of the episode is to explore the unknown. So once we get to the known, we can go ahead and stop the videos. So, there's nothing we can do now. So, when the rain stops, hopefully tonight, I'm going to go out to the boat and prepare the stuff to go back home. See, now he's just waiting for me to open that door. And then when morning comes, then we're going to set out. So, I will in a couple minutes. Okay, so the rain didn't stop. The first light is coming up over the east. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, wonder what the heck is over there. Looks like sugar cane. So I'm going to wait for dawn to come, and then I'm going to have to make a run for it. Unless the rain clears up before that. I have everything I want to keep in here in this chest, and then it's just about organizing the stuff on the ship before we actually set out. Another thing I did was reorganize the maps here. They're in a different order than they will be displayed in, which, by the way, I made the 4 other item frames, so now we can have a full map display, which is missing, of course, 2 maps when we get back. So the idea is I use this map, and then we're going to move on to this map, and then this map, and then that map. Basically. Also, I ran into a glitch with the boat. Apparently, if you're in a newly explored area, and this happened when I went back because I was going as fast as I could. Apparently, if you're in new rendered chunks and you move as fast as you can, occasionally it will glitch out and drop you out of the boat and continue moving. So several times I've had to go forward and stop it and then restart it. Okay, we're gonna make a run for it now. Oh man, I thought I had that. go. Just make sure there's nothing trying to get us. Alright, we have several types of food in here. Shears we may offboard again. So actually we're all set. Okay, so here's departure. And so the plan now is to actually go north first, around the island, so that we can explore a little bit out into the ocean and then go south again. So we're leaving Westport now to be back another time. And the next time we'll be back, we'll actually be coming from the east, across the continent. That's one of the next things we're going to do, is cross the continent that way. And in the process, we're going to have to do some... Oh dear. Okay, it's loaded. We're going to have to do some scouting around and surveying to find the proper path that it's clearing up, that the Transcontinental Railroad's going to take. So this right here is the end of Norsden Land. All of it, including this island, is now east of us. So that's just about 3,400 miles from New Venice. And since New Venice is about 100 miles inland, it can be safe to say that the Norsden Land is about 3,500 miles across. So I explored this bit here already on foot. I went down the peninsula towards the redwood forest, as you can see on the map. I've been here before on the map, just on the land there. And it's actually almost faster to take a shuttle boat around here and then just go straight up into the woods from there, because Westport is actually sat far out from where the actual coastline typically is. And now we're on uncharted terrain again. Now this is interesting. It looks like there's a river ahead. And, I don't think I can navigate that with my boat. We're going to have to turn around again. There's another harbor and another biome. What is that? It kind of looks like a lush grassland from here. I'm curious to see exactly what it is. Do a little bit of the old parking routine. And this is... It's a meadow. Interesting. So it's like a really green sort of open area. Oh my gosh, there's no trees anywhere. Well, okay, there's one. But this is open and it's flat. This is the perfect place for any large equipment that we might need to build, like a nuclear reactor or a particle accelerator. Things that take up so much space and they need flat lands to use. Oops. Right, so this area seems to contain a lot of flowers as well. Maybe we'll do a little bit of tiny exploring. Actually, I don't recall seeming to have many dandelions back home. So I'm going to actually harvest quite a few of these, as I don't want to be in that situation again anytime soon. It's interesting. It looks like that river actually grows in thickness as you go inland. But as for the flatness, I mean, this biome is practically dirt flat. I mean, it's like the water. So anything we need to build here, like a particle collider, that's completely flat. I think whatever we need to build, it's going to be right here. Right, and we're actually about to go off this map, which means, yes, we're visible on the next map back, and oh dear. Actually, that's just a random circular pothole. Right, now let's go back to the boat. Are you serious? Why can't I grab that? Stupid Minecraft physics. Right, so we're all set to go now. And we're going to continue along this coast. Now, this is rather interesting. This biome seems to lack a proper coastline. There's no beach. That's a bit interesting. There's also annoying sandbars that you can get hung up on. Right, so here is the end of this map, which means we're now onto this map. And it should stay that way for a long time. Ah, sheep. I need those. It's also gonna get dark soon. So I got more wool, so we're all set to shove off. Looks like the terrain's doing something a little bit funky now. This might be tricky to navigate. It's impossible to navigate. Right, we're going to have to go around this thing. Okay, back to the coastline. now we're starting to go a bit southeast. Ooh, and now the coastline's going a bit northeast now. There's also a sort of a bay here. And there's more lakes on shore, it appears. Ponds and lakes. There's one right there, attaching directly, like a tidal lake, connecting directly to the ocean. Now, I've been thinking, I want more than one Western stronghold. I'd like another city to place. And preferably one for this biome, because, and not as close as to Westport, for spatial reasons. But just to house the processing facilities and machinery needed to operate anything that might be out here. In the flat areas. So we're going to go ahead and found another city when we get around to the Cape, which is, I think, right about here, called Gigopolis. Right, now this is where I want Gigopolis to be. Shame it has to be during night. But we need it to be founded. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wait till morning. We'll set down here. And I'm not going to put the boarding plank down for the time being because of the mobs. So I will come back in the morning. Oh, you stupid things. I'm gonna punch them during the night. That's interesting. That looks like a plank or a diving board or something. Alright, now check this out. All those zombies, one of them dropped a leather tunic, which I dyed, and now I have my very first shirt. It's a yellow shirt, which is pretty cool. Physics. Yeah, so, pretty snazzy. Uh-oh, something's coming. Jeez, I wouldn't think that would go that far. I probably shouldn't have worn that because it's going to damage it now. Okay, morning is coming soon. Okay, we're going to go on shore now. Okay, so I also made a couple signs. One of the signs... Oh dear. It's morning. Leave me alone. One of the signs we're going to use to mark the actual city proper. Another sign we're going to use to mark where the train station goes. According to the map, the city gets founded here. There's now a dirt patch courtesy of a creeper, and this guy. Why are you out this late in the morning? He had to have come up from underground. There's no way that you could survive that long above ground. Oh my gosh, the amount of sheep here is ridiculous. I need sheep because some of the wires and the machines that I've built is in need of wool. Yes. And I got 2 for 1. And from what I understand, by the time we're done, I will need many more machines needing those wires. My. A 3 for 1 sale. Actually, no, it was a 2 for 1. Get off the sand. You can't eat anything here. What, you think you can eat sand? Okay, the next step is to... Wow, that's a lot of wool for now. Actually, it's not that much. Compared with the amount of wool that you really need for the wires. The railroad. I need to see where that goes. Okay, the railroad plan currently has the railroad actually coming down through Gigopolis and terminating near the water. We're definitely not doing a bridge there, though. Okay. Well, this is close enough right here. So I will go ahead and put a sign down. This is the Gigopolis train station, line 6. This is the southwest line terminus. And because I don't have enough wood, I am going to make it out of dirt. So we'll have 2 platforms and 3 tracks. We'll have track 1 here, we'll have track 2 there, and we'll have track 3 there. So I think that's it for Gigopolis. And now I should notice it's about 1,300 miles from Westport, which I think is an acceptable distance on the west coast. And the distance to New Venice is actually more than Westport, at nearly 3,500 miles. The coast is, yes, 3,500 miles from. Okay. We're going to board. Oh, shoot. Right, we're going to want to have this on. Just to do a little bit of exploring here, because we don't want to... don't want to lose track of the layout of the land here. Okay, the hoist anchor and away we go. It's just afternoon now, so we should have a long time before night comes. Not that it matters, because I think we're almost done. I think we've probably almost seen everything there is to see, at least on the coast of Norsden Land. There may be a couple biomes and villages that might be inland, but as for the coast, I mean, we're gonna have seen everything on the coast. That's interesting. It appears there's some shallow lakes that way. Ooh, that's interesting. That looks like an impact feature almost. Okay, so on the map, a little bit northeast of us right now, there is a hole with a little bit of patching of dirt and stone and other things, and that looks a lot like a an impact feature. Which makes sense because it's in the dunes. Of course, there's less erosion, but there's still a lot of erosion. So that actually, if that's an impact feature, it has to be fairly fresh. We're not going to get in. I don't think we're going to be able to make it in there. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like it might be an impact feature, but... Oh, village! There's a native village up here. Just a moment. Interesting. Okay, so apparently that village's name is Kaneki, which is interesting. Oh my gosh, look at how flat this is. This almost looks even better than the first place for anything large, like an airport or an airfield or anything that just needs flat land, or any sort of huge structure, machine, building, development facility. I pride all this open land. That's what I was hoping all along, is that Norsden Land had just some area that was devoid of trees for the most part, so that you could place objects, but also flat at the same time, and not like northern Norsden Land with its mountains. So I think that's grand. And I don't mean that in the new version of grand. I mean it in the old version of grand. We just go around this point here. And we're finally coming around east now. We're below 3,000 miles away from New Venice again, which is good. And oh my gosh, it's another one. I thought it was another village, maybe not. I don't think two houses doesn't qualify as a village. We're beginning to come around to the area where we've been before. We're getting a little bit closer, and one of the things that's going to happen is a changeover from this lush biome. There may be something in the middle, but we're going to have to fall to the swamplands, which are in the east coast, well, in the all of east for that matter. By the time we get on to the midpoint of this map, for sure. That's rather interesting. Just 2 buildings, and one of them is a well. Wait a minute. Is there something I can't see here? No, one of them isn't a well. Yeah, that's all I. No, there's a. Oh, I see. The well is constructed in the ravine. Three structures, 2 buildings is what we see. And dusk is upon us again, so hopefully we won't have to make any runs onto the land again. If we're lucky... Okay, we're onto this map now. If we're lucky, we won't even have to go onto the land again. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say is that if we're lucky, we might actually make it back to New Venice by dawn. So we're still 2/3 closer to Westport than we are New Venice, but that will change again when the coastline draws east again. We're going a little bit northwest to meet that section of land in there that we were at before. Oops, missed the end there. It's interesting. It looks like the terrain again is changing, and it might be a good thing to go to the 5th map as well, because it seems that the cutoff point for the map is quite near where the 5th map begins. Oh, it's an oil geyser. Oh, it's a high one as well. Okay, and this time I'm going to use it to look about, because we'll be able to see up high when we go up it. Interesting. Well, it appears that the coastline is actually heading east again. Yes, most definitely. This is the part, again, where the Norsden Land turns east. And you can see now it's just this last little bit of a stretch before we get back to the part where we've been before. And this looks like another river coming down here to meet the... or not. It seems to fall apart. These trees look all too familiar. That could very well be the start of the changeover of biomes. I hope, though, that it isn't the biome change, because we're still not even halfway across the continent. I wouldn't like it if all the eastern and half of the western part of my continent were that crazy swampy stuff, which is hard to build on. I'm not too fond of swamps, nearly as I am forests. Okay, now this river, which is down here, actually does... Aha, you can't get me. You can't get me. This river down here actually does meet the coast. Alright, now these trees look very familiar. And the lily pads as well. Which biome is this? Let's river first off. Oh no. It's the green swamplands again. Wow. So half of Norsden Land seems to be this gigantic green swamplands biome. That's a little bit upsetting. So the changeover... Actually, we weren't that far from the changeover. If you look at the top of this map, we've begun to come west. And our westward travel... Oh, look, we're about to break through our own navigation. After we come around this point, we'll have navigated completely around Norsden Land at least once, but we're going to do it fully in one expedition when we get back to New Venice. And we have just done a circle on all of the maps of what Norsden Land is, and we know what the coastlines look like. It's a little bit upsetting, though, the amount of green swamplands here. The good news is, totally, it doesn't look like Oh, is that, what's that place's name? Let me check on it real quick. Yes, this town is Sunji, and I've gotten to Sunji from New Venice. So that's it now. We've done a complete circle of Norsden Land, and as I was saying, we're only a couple hundred meters. On our trip west, as you can see at the top of the map, we were only a couple hundred meters away from the biome change. Not exactly sure what it was, but we're also going to have to go north with the Transcontinental Railroad from where the plan is now. Because, yeah, we didn't get back, but that's okay. Because we're going to run into the southern coast, and that's not the plan. The plan is to be in the interior, because the coast can be accessed by the boat. So the idea is the train is supposed to access the middle of the continents, so that you can access where the boat cannot go. Okay, dawn is approaching, and that's about it for our exploration. So I'm going to peel out now, and we're going to make a brief stop at the southernmost point of Norsden Land in order for me to... Let's do a little bit of collision avoidance here. In order for me to explore that area, because there's a gap in the coverage for some reason in the exploration map. I'm not sure why I have that gap, but we're going to seek to try and alleviate that. Frame rate just got a lot better for some reason. And now we don't have to worry about the glitch, because we're in charted waters again. That's why we can move as fast as we want now. And there's no real reason to see the coastline other than what we're going to see when we get back to the main map. And I can't wait to put these on the wall map. I don't want this one to be too long, so we're going to end the episode when we get back there. But I am going to do two things before I end. First of all is check the chests to make sure they're not overflowing. Okay, we're passing on to this map now. The map that the entrance to the harbor is on, so we're getting really close to home now. We're going to check the chests, make sure they're not overflowing, and then we're going to put all of the maps together in the one map room. And we'll be missing two maps of northern Norsden Land, but at least we'll have the east, south, and west coast map. And it's going to be a while before we go back to the north, from what I understand. So we shall go down to the southern point, and then after that, I think I will stop the video for the final ride home. We'll be home before dark for sure, because after this, I'm just going to go out into the middle of the ocean and just boost all the way up to full power, boost all the way up to New Venice, and we'll be home in a jiffy. After all, we're only 1,500 miles, and Westport is now 4,200 miles away, as far as New Venice was when we were in northern Norsden Land, practically. Okay, so here's the south right here. Okay, I've got everything I need. We're heading directly home now. This is it, so I will see you guys back home in New Venice. Okay, we're arriving at New Venice, finally, after going all the way around the continent. By the way, we left the southern area around 10 a.m., and it's just afternoon now. So, just amazingly, if I really wanted to get to Westport, I could do it in probably daylight. So if I left in the morning, and then shot all the way around the continent, I could probably get to Westport before it got dark, which is insane to think about it. And for some reason, the frame rate drops. I don't know if it has to do with the subway or something causing a frame rate drop. But there's our wonderful Capitol building. We're back. We're back after that crazy journey. The boat's probably done about 20,000 miles on the odometer, which is insane. It's probably a good length as compared with the Earth. And we're going to get back into our parking spot right now and finish up the episode. So we're going to stop it right here. Get into position for parking. And drop anchor. Perfect. Okay. And now we're going to try and empty the chest. We're not going to be able to do it, unfortunately. Okay, well that's good. I hear it move. I hear it working. That's one good thing. Oh, I forgot about all these extra rails we have in here. So we'll go ahead and dump the heads in here. And then we have some monster products that we need to get rid of, which go into here. I thought we had more than that. Okay, and then we need to deliver the valuables upstairs. Shoot now, come on. Okay, saplings. We can put our first saplings, or no, these are redwood saplings here. Oh yes, and now we have all this wool. There we go. And it looks like the rest of the stuff is valuable. That's the map room. You can see there all 9. Perfect. We're not overflowing, and we got 55 iron. So this is all the iron that we have so far, which is we can't use 4 stacks, so we have about two and a quarter stacks plus this, so about 3 stacks plus all the iron rails we have downstairs. So let's just go ahead and put these things back into it. And you can see now, these here are the emergency, like especially this one. I created that chest out of emergency because there wasn't enough room. And wow, I nearly emptied the osmium and it's all back again. There's osmium in the bottom of this chest here. 4 stacks worth of it. So the yellow shirt is special. That goes down there. Okay, so that's number 1. We're going to put the shears back. We keep the water bucket on us because of stuff. Put the sign back, and well, here we go. Map 1. Map 2. Map 3. Map 4. Map 5, Map 6, Map 7. Wow, you can really begin to see the shape of Norsden Land. If it weren't for these darn breaks in between it, you would be able to see it, but you can see here the coastline. We went up through here, then we went back down to here and around, and then we went up off the map up into here, and then came back down, now onto this map, around the corner, down under the map, and back. I have to say, it looks just as it was supposed to look right here. This is the exploration map. So this is what we got going all the way around. We have every bit of it mapped now along the coastline, and our railroads are going to help us map out all these interior areas like in here. that we weren't able to map. And you can see now we have a full circle of Norsden Land. But I'm going to have to fix that. There we go. No biggie. It's fixed. And in addition, I've prepared this map which gives the journey. So here we have the journey starts, and then we go through the canals. We have the wastelands that we go through, and then the East Autumn Forest, and then we visit the West Autumn Forest, and then we hike through the Northern Autumn Forest. Then we climb Great Autumn Mountain, and then we go north around to the landing at North Hills, where the biomes change. And then we come around to the west, and then we go to Mount Monty in the clouds, and continue on to the Great Ocean Cliffs, which I remember we saw, but could not climb. And then we got to the area with the storm, and we found the Redwood Forest beginning. And then we went down to found Westport, and we explored a little bit there. I went there and back again to check on something. Then we went down to where the biome changed again, and explored the meadows, and then found Gigopolis down in the southwestern corner. And then we saw this impact feature here, the biode here, and then we just continued along the southern coast, which was a little bit more boring, until we found the biome change, and then I just went direct on from here home. And that is our journey. This has been Norsden Land to Neso, episode, what a great place to end, episode 19, and I will see you guys next time for, I think, country crossing on the land. See ya.